Hello students, in this session
Let us solve a question on columns. Consider a prismatic straight beam of length L equal to pi meter, pinned at the two ends as shown in figure. The beam has a square cross-section of side P is equal to 6 mm. The Young's modulus is given and coefficient of thermal expansion is given. The minimum temperature rise required to cause Euler's buckling of the beam, this we have to find out. So here there is a beam of length pi meter. Length of the beam is pi meter and both the ends is pinned. Hinge joint is there, right? And when the temperature rises and the thermal expansion is given, when the temperature rise take place, what is happening is that the pin joints will not allow to expand. So at certain point the buckling will start. So this is basically a combined question of columns and thermal stresses. When there is extension, this extension will be restricted. Due to that, the buckling load will be applied. Buckling load start applying on the beam. So we have to find out what minimum temperature can be required so that the buckling may be achieved. Means buckling will start at that temperature. This we have to find out. So let us solve this problem.
this is the question of columns as well as thermal stresses. Combined question is there. In this question we are given with a column which is pin joined at both the ends of length L. L is also given, that is pi meters. The column is of square cross section. It is given to us 6 by 6 millimeter sides are there. So one of the side is 6 millimeter. The modulus of elasticity of this material is given. The coefficient of thermal expansion is also given, 3 into 10 minus 6. We have to find out the temperature rise at which the column starts buckling, right? So in this case, when the column starts buckling, when we raise the temperature of this material, say the temperature of the material raises to delta T degree centigrade, what happens is, because this is pin joint, it cannot expand freely. If it is not expand freely, it means that there is a virtual load acting outside which is causing the length same, right? And but the extension taking place, but this extension is restricted due to this pin joint. So what will happen that at certain point when the load reaches a certain load, critical load or Euler's load, this start buckling will take place, right, in the direction where there is a minimum moment of inertia. We have to find out that load, that temperature rise at which the buckling may take place, right? So how to solve this question? Let us solve this question. In this question, we know Euler's load. First, you should know the Euler's load, PE, that is given by pi square EI upon L square. I is the minimum moment of inertia and L is the length, right? This is the pi square EI upon L square. L is for pin joint. If there is fixed joint or other joint, then we have to use other things. Here we can use equivalent length as L itself, right? So this is equivalent length or simple length L, right? L square, because it is pin joint, right? And at the failure point, when the buckling starts, right, at that point the thermal load applied due to temperature rise, thermal load, that should be equal to the Euler's load or buckling load, right? This is the condition at which the failure may take place in the form of buckling, right? So what is thermal load? We know thermal stresses. What is thermal stresses? That is alpha T E, delta T E. You have to see the chapter of thermal stresses where we have derived that thermal stress is given by alpha delta T E, right? So thermal load is stress multiplied by area. So alpha delta T E multiplied by area. So this is the thermal load. And at buckling point, this Euler's load must be equal to this buckling load, this thermal load. So this 1 and this 2 should be equal for failure. So 1 will be equal to 2. So we can write alpha delta T E A must be equal to pi square E I upon L square. E and E cancel out. So we can put the values. So delta T will be equal to pi square EI upon alpha A L square, right? So this is the temperature rise at which the buckling starts, right? So put the values and get the answer. Pi square E is modulus of this dt 200. Gigapascal can be converted to Pascal. I is moment of inertia, and I, what is I? That is moment of inertia, that is BD cube by 12, that is BD cube by 12. So what is B? That is 6. D is 6 cube by 12, right? So we can directly apply the formula. So here we can write here that delta T will be equal to pi square E is 200 gigapascal converted to Newton per meter square Pascal. I is BD cube by 12. So BD cube will be 6 into 6, right? So 6 into 6 cube by 12 multiplied by, this is millimeter, to the power 4. So we have to convert it into a meter. So it will come out to be minus 12, right? Because it is power 4. So 10 power minus 12 divided by alpha. Alpha is given to us 3 into 10 power minus 6. Alpha A, area is given to us, that is 6 by 6. So this is 6 by 6 multiplied by 10 power minus 6 meter square. L square, L is the length is pi meters, so pi square. Solve it and you will get the delta T. So it will come out to be, solve it and you will get the answer as 1 Kelvin. So this is the answer of this question.